guys, welcome back. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. Today I'm sharing 2 DIY projects with you. All the supplies I'm using are from the Dollar Tree, and I'm creating 2 different pieces of canvas art using yarn. And I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, so I was really excited. There are a few things I would have done differently, but just to make it a little bit easier, and I will walk you through and tell you about that as I go. So I hope you are enjoying this content. If you are, remember to like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me. And I hope this gives you some ideas and inspirations. I will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Okay, this first one I'm starting with a 8x10 canvas from the Dollar Tree, and all I'm doing is just making like squiggly circles on it. There's no rhyme or reason to this at all. And then I'm going to go in with my glue gun and I'm going to start gluing the yarn on top of all the pencil marks I made. Now, when I first started doing this, I was just kind of placing it on there, but I feel like it's better if you kind of pull on it and make it a little bit straighter as you go. I think it looks better in the end. Here, I actually cut the yarn when it first intersected with a circle, and I did not like that after I did it. So from here on out, anytime I had 2 pieces of yarn intersecting, I just went over the other piece of yarn instead of cutting it to fit. Once that's done, I'm just going through with a toothpick and cleaning up this stringy glue that's left over. So now I'm going to go through and pick different spaces that I want to fill in with yarn, and I'll be doing different designs. And this one, I'm just going to keep going round and round in that space. I'm not going to cut the yarn. I'm just going to keep it all in one piece and just follow it around and round and gluing it as I go. Okay, this area was a pretty big space to fill, so I decided I was going to do a circle. So I'm just going to keep gluing it around and around until I hit the edges of the other 2 pieces of yarn, and then I will cut it off and glue it down. Okay, here I have started on a different area, and I am going in a different direction than I did on the very first one. Again, this is up to you. It's your own preference. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I didn't want to do all of them the same way, so I was just trying to change it up a little bit. And I'm not going to fill in the whole canvas. I'm just going to do sporadic spots on it and see how it turns out. I was just kind of playing with this as I go and see what I thought looked good to me. So this is what I am ending up with. Okay, I am done, so I'm just going through again with my toothpick, getting some of that extra glue off. I did go back in and fill in another area you'll see at the end of this clip. And then I decided I wanted to add yarn on the edges of the frame to kind of give it a more finished look. So I'm just taking the yarn and I keep going around and around until the whole edge is full. All right, and I am all done. I love how this turned out, and I really think doing the yarn on the edge really gave it a finished, polished look. And I did go back into a couple of those areas on the front and fill in as well. But I love how this turned out. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, for the next project, you will need a pair of gloves. It can get a little messy. And then the Mod Podge and the yarn. Again, all of this is from the Dollar Tree. And the canvas, which is 11 by 14. And I do have some old Tupperware that I'll be using the Mod Podge in. Okay, the goal here was to put the yarn in the Mod Podge to get out onto the canvas to stay, but I realized that the Mod Podge was not sticking to the yarn very well, so I did get some water to dilute the Mod Podge, and that seemed to do the trick, so the yarn was soaking that up really well. So now I'm just going to place the yarn on the canvas, and again, no rhyme or reason to this, whatever you prefer. I was just trying to make some swirls and different designs in it. I will say the next time I do this, I will not overlap the yarn. I would just do one layer. The places where the yarn is overlapped, later on when I go to paint, it was a little bit hard because the paint didn't want to go underneath where it overlapped, so I had to keep going back with like a skinnier paintbrush and try and fill all those little spaces in. So that is the only thing I would do differently. I would just keep it one layer and not overlapping. But it did still turn out well in the end, and I like how it turned out, but that's just what I would do a little bit differently next time. Okay, now I'm going to take the Mod Podge with no water in it and my sponge brush, and I'm just going to go over the whole canvas just to make sure I got everything really good. Okay, once the Mod Podge dried, I'm going to go in with this primer, and I'm going to go over the whole canvas before I paint. Okay, I'm going to go in with my Craft Smart in Champagne Pearl. I'm going to go over the whole canvas and do this process 2 times. After the second time it's dried, I'm going to go in with my little paintbrush so I can get into the little crevices between the yarn and the canvas where there was still some white showing, which you could leave it either way. It's up to you, your preference, but I just wanted it completely covered. And again, with this yarn overlapping 2 or 3 times did make this process a little bit more time consuming, but I absolutely loved how it turned out in the end. And you can do any color you want. I just love how the gold turned out on this though, so it will go up in one of the rentals. But let me know what you guys think down below, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.